So hey friends, family, people of interest out there, greetings, good day. It's been perhaps maybe 2 weeks since I made a video last. This is going to showcase the 63 Chevy C-10 cab, the progress I've made on it so far. Little incremental steps make up the overall picture to a conclusive result. So here we go. Okay, here it is, the cab. Should have been prepared with a flashlight, but I've got one standing right close by. I went and got some really good undercoating U-POL, and this stuff really is rubberized. Once you crack it open, you got to use it all. Make it happen. So inside of the frame rails, or the cab support frame rails, is clean, blasted of course, in epoxy primer, and sprayed with this rubberized undercoating. Also on the frame rail here, lateral support between the front of the cab and the rear. There's an image of the cab upside down. In here, these little air plenum side boxes, that is done the same on the inside. Also in the, what are these, the cabs, the A-pillars, the lower A-pillars, right here, same stuff. Remember that's all blasted clean. It's an epoxy primer, and I sprayed that stuff all up on the inside there. It really helps. The green stuff here is the zinc rich primer, and you can see the damage that the rust is. There's a good shot right there. See the holes right on the inside. Now this piece is going to have to come out to get the repair, to dig in there deeply and fix those holes right there. That's a good rendering, right so. Look at all the pitting, how badly this thing is pitted. That has to be fixed, my friends, to keep the structural integrity of the vehicle, and also to make sure that rust doesn't come back and haunt the owner. Here's the other side. And this side. I also sprayed on the inside lower portions where the cap corners go, on both sides, and the same on this side. In this air plenum box, I don't know if you can see that, I'm doing this blindly, and the lower A-pillar. Okay, so that is the cab. Yep, and the same, this side I don't believe is, this one doesn't have any rotted holes in it. This inner structure, A-pillar, upper support pillar, I guess that's how I would describe that. Here are the outer A-pillar. This is an outer one right here. It's been repaired on the inside. Remember, this used to look like Swiss cheese, how badly rusted it was. So I glued some sheet metal to the inside with panel bond, and it came out through the Swiss cheese. The metal came out nicely and sanded it down. So that is now repaired. The end here, I did not do the panel bond there because I just haven't done the end yet. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that, if I will do the same type of repair here that I did there. I just don't know yet. It might be a little bit different because this ties into the roof. So I don't want to get too far ahead and have to undo something later. Same thing with this one. And this right here has a little bit of Gorilla Glue because I was grinding down the protruding sheet metal right here, and the heat causes panel bond to separate. I'm talking welding heat and heat from a grinder causes it to separate. So the panel bond let loose, sheet metal came out, so I pulled it back even more, put some water in there, and put some Gorilla Glue, clamped it down, and now that thing is solidly in place. And I will sand this down tomorrow, right there, and continue operations to fix that. And let me show you, this is the transmission tunnel hump removable piece. This had extensive rust here and here. I cut that metal out, welded in some new metal, made the roll on the inside to replicate the rolled edges where it increases the strength. And this had a hole in it. I don't know why, who did that. I believe the owner did that sometime in the past to gain access in there. Didn't need it, so I taped that, or not taped it up, but patched it up. And there's a little hole there, so I'm gonna have to fix that one tomorrow. Right there, it's a little hole. So I'll fix that. There was many holes in here. Welded those up, and there was a few other where the pitting was so bad that it just went right through. So I drilled those out and welded those. So for all intents and purposes, this is now done. I will apply some body filler in here, maybe just to smooth it out just very slightly. I might even not do that, because when I put this back in, I'll be spraying the floor with this same type of undercoating, or this stuff right here, truck bed lining kit. Spray that on the floor. So that's the deal on the cab on 30th of May, 2023. And that bolt tightened up a bit. It just does that when it's spinning. Let me loosen it up. So it won't tighten up. So this thing will spin very nicely. And here it is sitting upright. So, and plan is I'm going to get the floor all done first and then work on the roof. So tomorrow I'm going to be starting to put in some of these floor pieces, cab corners, outer rockers, or excuse me, inner rockers, outer rockers, tying all of that into the lower B pillar, the lower A pillars, and everything is intact, the same dimensions because of this brace hoop device, these devices I built to keep everything intact and secure. And they also serve as handles to rotate the cab. Yep, there it is. Choose.